was another bad day. Okay, full screen, live. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Is this? Are we on the screen here? Full screen, transition. Leanne became a member. Thank you very much, Leanne. Here, there we go. There we go. Hello. We're waving hello. Uh-oh. Let's put this up. Let's put this up. Hello, everybody. This is the big 50th stream. This is unbelievable, actually. I didn't think I'd get to 50. I didn't think I could do 50. That's a lot of time we've have spent together. Shanks is in the building. That's what I love about Shanks. He's like a Lewis Schaffer. Shanks is in the building. He's right there. Claire C is there. Jedster, Kerry Macca, Ian Higgs, DD Plectum. Hello, DD. You're a bit early today, so it's good to see you. Paul Morris. We're all here. Kerry is here. Kerry is here. Helen B. David. Where's David? I saw David's name early on. David B. is here. Alex is here. Warmelion. He's moved up. You're now 3 in the terms of the rankings here. I'm incredibly tired, so I'm going to need your help again today because I'm exhausted. I slept about 3 hours yesterday. I can't sleep, and I don't have enough. I don't recommend pills, but I don't even have any to take. I would recommend it. Hello to my fellow Kinsey Club members. That's what Warmelian says. Joe is in the house. Simon Arnold, of course. Alex. So it's we've got a lot of people here for the Lewis Schaffer Club. What are we going to discuss? I asked my son, what should we discuss? What should we discuss? And he basically said, F you, to his own father. Did you say that to me? Yeah, he did. Happy 50th. This is 50th show. That's unbelievable. Every single day. John Loins is here. There's right. Here's to the next 50. Yeah, it was pointed out to me, go for 100. And then I realized I'm approaching 50. That's a lot of these shows. And I think we've brought, he's a terrible producer. Exactly. He's a good producer. He's not perfect. You're now a member. Claire is a member. You can become a member on YouTube if you just press that join thing and you become a loving member, or you can go to Patreon. Your hair looks great for your 50th show. Thank you very much. I was going to wear a hat, Claire. I was going to wear a hat. How does that look? Do I look younger? So thank you. My hair looks good. My signal keeps going as I'm currently traveling to see my mom on the train. What is your mom doing on the train? So if I'm silent, that is why. Okay, Kerry Macker, good to see you. Where are you traveling to? Are sleep problems common for you, Lewis? Yes. Have you been going on your daily walks? I went yesterday. I walked for about 17,000 steps yesterday. I mean, I basically took a week off. I mean, I'd like to be able to go to sleep. I can't. I have trouble sleeping. I mean, I go to sleep. Let's say I go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I wake up at 8. Like today, I woke up at 8. And then, doing stuff outside. You look just as hot with or without the hat, Lewis. Thank you, Claire. Let's all be as loving as Claire is. Okay. Hi, Lewis. Hello, Kinsey. Make sure we go on to Discord. Let me see if I can find the thing for Discord. I'm doing the Discord thing. Discord, press open Discord, then go over to the left where it says friends. I think that's the one that I pressed. No. Lewis Schaffer. I pressed the picture of me giving the Ada. Then they're going to say that I'm a Nazi with that symbol, but all right. Invite people. There's this thing to invite people. So if you want to go, make sure you all sign up for this because you're going to want to talk about what we just experienced today. I think we're going to talk about the Alberta thing. I don't even know if you're interested in this, in the Alberta thing. My son says it's no big deal, but is it no big deal? Do you think? Maybe I should take my hat off. The hat doesn't look. Maybe I should take my hat off. The hat doesn't look. Maybe I should take my hat off. I don't know. So I'm putting the Discord invitation. The Discord. So I'm putting the Discord. So I'm putting the Discord. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, there we go. Lucy is here. Good to see you, Lucy. All right, there we go. Lucy is here. Good to see Lucy. Echo. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shanks. Thank you, Shanks. It's Kinsey's birthday. Is that true? Is it true? Today's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. What is that? That's July 30th. Right in the middle of summertime. Apparently, UK airspace is shut down. I have not heard that. Why is the UK airspace shut down? Let me just see what that says. UK airspace. Air traffic control is down. I don't see Heathrow and Gatwick back to consent. Accept. Heathrow and Gatwick live. London airspace closes with all flights grounded. Major problem with air traffic control, plunging summer holiday travel plans into chaos. All right, that's bad news. Is that bad news? Have you heard of that, producer? It's an SMR echo. We could fall asleep to that. What it is I'll tell you what it is I'm looking at this under Streamlabs. If I open up my YouTube thing and the sound is on, you'll hear the sound in the background. So I can only have one of these two things open, right? So that's why we shouldn't hear. Annette is here. And Joodles, 50th show. Crikey. That went quickly. Congrats, Lewis. Thank you very much. Heathrow and Gatwick. That's a bit of a spelling there, but that's good. Thank you, Lucy. Shame for those who are traveling. Yeah, well, London is like, most flights fly into London, but it's not the entire country, and it's not that horrible. If they fly into other places, it's not like America, where it could be like hours and hours away. Boating on the channel is all clear, yeah, says John Loins. Thank you, Joodles. Thank you. Just in time for the summer holiday. Haven't seen any news today, and I don't want to see any. I'm sick of it. I don't know why the summer holiday starts basically in August. In America, it starts in June. It goes from June to September, 2.5 months. 600 arrived on small boats. Yeah, all right, that's bad news. Are you drinking coffee after 2 p.m.? Helen B asks. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Not really, not that much. I mean, I had one now. Yeah, so I am doing that. That's really bad. I know you shouldn't drink coffee right now. Who else has problems with coffee? Are they misspelling Heathwick and Gatrow again, Lewis? No, this was just Lucy who was in there helping. She's been missed, and I'm happy. Whatever, she's a help. We have 2 weeks off for Christmas and Easter, and 1 week off in October and May. Yeah, that's true. That is actually true. You got a lot more. But the kids, I'm talking about the kids. Parents don't have time off in America. We have to be productive to provide the weapons to fight the wars, while Europe is not. Congratulations, Lewis, for making me very happy for 50 days. Yeah, that is lovely. It's been 50 days. Does it seem longer than 50 days? What do you think? Does it seem longer? Timmy No Breaks made his return to Kill Tony this week and absolutely smashed it again. Okay, what is Kill Tony? What is Kill Tony? Kids here get 8-week summer holiday, end of June until the beginning of September. Is that right? How many weeks holiday do kids get in this country? Producer. 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 Hello? Hello? He's got his earphones on.
What?
How many weeks holiday do students get in this country?
Students or children?
Children.
Like secondary school?
Yeah.
Maybe like 6-7 months for summer.
7 weeks.
So yeah, weeks. Maybe like every term a 2-week holiday, and then like maybe a week in between.
Right, so it's not all in the summertime. Kinsey says they get 6 weeks in England from the 25th of July. And up in Scotland, they go back in Scotland early.
Yeah, but they have the same amount of time.
Yeah. Is it the same? But it's a different time. I felt it last night. I felt like fall is coming. Have you felt that fall is coming?
It's just because it's been a bit windy and colder. But it's going to get hot again.
It's going to get hot. Is that what they said? It's been cold, yeah. Usually works out to 6 weeks in the summer, says Adam Hudson. Good to see you, Adam. Which felt like a really long time when you were young. Yeah, so it was basically, I think it's 9 weeks. 9 weeks in when I was growing up in the state of, every state is different, obviously, but in the state of New York. Sorry, at the end of June, they start here. Then they go back the 2nd of September, usually here in Northern Ireland. So they have a longer holiday in Northern Ireland. In Scotland, it's August. Yeah, you got to go back to school in Scotland. You got to go back to school in Scotland. I mean, after what's happened in the... have you heard what's happened in Scotland? It's just horrible. Isn't it horrible? 8 weeks is too much. 6 weeks is too long. Costs a fortune. Yeah, thank you, Kerry, for thinking about the money in the country. Hotter than July, according to Stevie Wonder. Well, it might be hotter in America. It doesn't seem like it's hotter here. I think it doesn't seem, and it seems like, I wonder when is the longest day of the year? In June? And then it goes off a cliff. It goes off a cliff. Yeah, my mom's always said our holidays here in Northern Ireland were too long. Yeah, could be. It could be. Where are you on the train, Kerry Macca? Where are you? Where's the train? Kill Tony is stand up. Oh, that's Tony Hinchcliffe. That's Tony Hinchcliffe. Well, he has not asked me to be on the show, so not that I care, but it would be nice. More Melians here, so good to see him. Good to see him, yeah. So what's happened in Scotland? I've seen zero news since Saturday. They basically canceled all shows from Jews who do not denounce Israel. They've canceled. This is what I heard. I don't know if this is true. Have you heard that, producer? Lewis Schaffer should be a guest on Kill Tony. Well, he should, because he knows all these people. He remembers all the time he's been on all those. He knows all those people from New York. I used to be something in New York. Well, I wasn't something, but I got in people's faces. I had so many rainy holidays in Scotland when my kids were little. August is a rubbish month. Better having May and June off. Yes, I would say that's probably true. Yeah, I noticed it's slightly darker in the morning at 5 a.m. these days when I get up. Summer won't be back. No, it's not going to be back, producer, says Adam Hudson. No, it's not going to be back. So were you living up there, Kerry? But thank you, Shanks, for saying I should be on Kill Tony. MC Scott's in the house. Lovely to be here, Lewis. Nice to see you as usual. Well, thank you very much. Everybody welcome MC Scott. Have you subscribed? I think we're almost at 1,000. We're at 950, maybe 951, let's hope. Judel says, oh, the Edinburgh Festival. They've all got together and decided this. Yeah, well, the festival did. The festival did. That's how, festival did. I mean, yeah, they're at war with England, And England appears to be nicer to Israel. Okay? I think that's what it is. UK kids get 13 weeks holiday in total. That's like 1/4 of the year. Yeah. I mean, it's horrible to send kids to school. Anyway, so the more holidays, the better. I've seen the Edinburgh Festival was canceled. It has not been canceled. Has it been canceled? Now we have to check that. Has the Edinburgh Festival been canceled? Edinburgh Festival canceled. Let's see, has it been canceled? It doesn't. Let's see. Outrage as Jewish comedians' Edinburgh shows canceled. 2 Jewish comedians have claimed that the show's been canceled on the Edinburgh Fringe this year because of safety concerns from staff. Comedians Rachel Krieger and Philip Simon both criticized the decision ahead of the Arts Festival opening. Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. It just shows you can be kind of enemies of somebody, but at the same time, then you support a lot of their beliefs. I'm not going to say which one of those two I'm going to speak to. Was set to perform a show at Whistle Binkies. However, both acts claimed they were told their gigs had been canceled because bar staff. So it wasn't the entire festival. It wasn't the entire festival. It was just Whistle Binkies, which is, I don't know if you've ever been to Edinburgh. The festival's an amazing thing. I've been there for many, many years. But it wasn't the entire thing. But that's what's happening in this country. You know, all over. Excuses for canceling comedy, etc., to add to the destruction of the country. Yeah, little bits and pieces every step of the way. They have no shame. They have no shame. The young people in this country, in America, the young people are going for Trump. Excuses, yeah. So that's what Adam Hudson says. Yes, John, it's actually much better for me traveling by train. Where are you traveling to? Where are you traveling to, Kerry Mack? Did you say? You didn't say. Let's repeat ourselves. Lewis, I want you back on the telly. Yeah, well, I don't even know if I'm going to be on the telly this week. Maybe my time is up. Maybe it's up. You know, I mean, I'm so tired right now. Thank God it's up. I don't think I could be on TV tonight. Anyway, Scotland and the Highlands, kids seem to be always holidaying. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been to the Highlands. I've been all over Scotland. Lewis, that's what Dee Dee Plecknam says. You're going from Belfast down to Dublin. That's an interesting route. How long does that take? Can I guess? Is that about 90 minutes? Or 2 hours? Between 90 minutes and 2 hours. Let's check that out. I want to check that out. How long does it take? How long does it take? Dublin to Belfast train time. Distance. Okay, we're checking it out. What did I say? How many minutes did I say? 2 hours and 42 minutes. So it's much longer than I thought it was going to be. It's much, and you got to take a lot of different trains. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right, but maybe it is. Did you know that? It takes 2 hours and 42 minutes. Why are you so tired? Hope you're not ill. I hope I'm not ill too. I got a letter today from, my son hasn't heard this, but I got a letter. I don't even want to discuss it because I think I'm falling apart. I mean, my son will say, "Oh, you're falling apart, Dad, because of your diet." I think GB News will have you on again, Lewis. Your time is not up. Well, thank you very much, Claire. I'm not tired. No, I mean, it could be. You know, the problem is I don't sleep well, and over time, if you don't sleep well, right? If you don't sleep well, it gets worse and worse, and I think that's what happened to me. I didn't get enough sun. Maybe I don't sleep well. I was up super late at night. I'm under a lot of stress. I'm not under a lot of stress, but I'm feeling stressed out. That's my own doing. Yes, GB News is nothing without Lewis Schaffer. Yeah, let's believe that. They already lost an arm and a leg when they fired Mark Stein. Yeah. Well, they asked Mark Stein not to say the things that he said, I guess. This is my assessment of it. And maybe the same thing with me. Maybe they told me already, and I don't even know. Edinburgh Comedy Club staff seem very powerful. I recall Sadowitz canceled a couple. Yes, Jerry Sadowitz. back because they didn't like the use of his whatever they did. They just didn't want to work with him. They didn't recognize that he was a great one. He just looked like some because he's an older white guy, Jewish guy, an older white guy. I don't struggle. It's not that hot where I am. It's not hot. Is that what you struggle for? Yeah, no, I don't know. Would you take me more to draw? It would take me more to drive to Dublin than that. So it's not bad, really. It's not bad. Seems like it's closer than it is. 2.5 hours is not that. It's not that far. I mean, it is far. 2.5 hours. I thought it was going to be less than that. Okay, I was wrong. If you go on GB News again, then great. But if you don't, we will do great with your growing YouTube channel. Yes, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. I have been an insomniac since childhood. It's the pits. Yeah. Well, there's too much light in the sky. That's number one. Number two, I always forget that I can't have coffee. I mean, I try to go to sleep at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and that's pretty late. So I think I could have coffee till about 4 or something. And then I want to be alert for these things. So I think it's more important that I be alert. Yeah, the driving seems to take longer to get to Dublin from Belfast. But I think that's more to do with the toll bridges. Okay, there are toll bridges. I did not know that. Yeah. So just one train. So will it take about an hour and a half? Kerry Mack says it's going to take an hour and a half. Yeah. And then I wake up and I need to pee too. I'm a peer. Oh, stop, Kinsey. I always have to go to the loo before I travel. Everybody does. Everybody has to go. And everybody has to go as soon as they get, you got to go. It's nerve-wracking, travel. It's totally nerve-wracking. Anyway, so this could be, it might be nothing, or it could it's not like the festival has banned people. But that's the word on the street. It could be that Rachel Krieger and Philip Simon are getting some publicity out of this. Possibly. But it's making the festival look bad. So people should think about it. They should think before they cancel people. Because Lewis Schaffer's not at the festival. My children and their mother have gone up to the festival every year. Do you not go every year? They go every year. They love Scotland. I mean, it's a little bit too dark for me. Don't you think so? My insomnia has been replaced by sleepy 24/7. That means are you taking naps all the time? I used to sleep in the afternoon, but now I don't that much. I don't because I'm on a low carb diet. You want to go to sleep. You have a high carb diet. Guys have got pee bottles, says Kinsey. You girls don't know the joy and the conveniences, says Warmelion. Yeah. I mean, I live in a small flat too, so I know where the bathroom is. That's also true. Yeah, I always make the mistake of getting a bottle of juice and drinking too much before reaching my destination. Yeah. And juice is sugary. You shouldn't drink juice, Kinsey. Who said they drink juice? Kerry Mack. Don't drink juice. Chamomile tea at night. Yeah, maybe chamomile tea. Sleep. That's what Russ says. Hey, Russ. Yeah, basically. Especially having coffee when driving. Yeah, I don't like to drive. I used to drive. I don't like to drive. I like the train. Unless someone's sitting there talking to me. Then I don't like it anymore. I used to talk to everybody. I don't like it. The bottles aren't big enough for Lewis. Yeah, I've got 2 of them. I got 2 bottles right by my bed. I shouldn't be telling you all this stuff. Anyway, so, I mean, I don't mean to make you worried, but I got a letter from the bowel cancer screening program. And it says I've got an appointment on 6th August. 6th August for bowel cancer screening. And they said, don't worry, only 7% of the people have bowel cancer. The rest of them, nothing to worry about, really. So don't worry. I wasn't even thinking about it when I had the test done. Have any of you had bowel cancer? Have any of you? Who is Claire C? Who is Claire C? I know who she is. She is Claire C, but who is a man named Claire C? Oh, stop, Kinsey. I always have to go to the loo before I travel. That's what Kerry Mack says. So MC Scott says, don't bother, Lewis. Learning to drive. I know how to drive now. I've got a driver's license. It's not needed for you owing to tech. Yeah. Boy, I can get one of those cars they have in America. You got driverless cars in America. Bin what, Lewis? What should I bin? Should I bin this notice? This notice from the bowel cancer people? They have to test people once you reach a certain age. Yeah, I got tested every 2 years, and the other ones were fine. I don't know. I mean, maybe because I'm not going to tell you what I needed to do. That's pretty normal for your age, Lewis. My mother had to get it done. Yeah, all right, but so I'm going to have a colonoscopy. And my problem is when I have a colonoscopy is that I enjoy it too much. It's right there. It's right there. They even give you a map. Lewis, all the men in your age group get them letters now. Just standard NHS thing they do now. No, I took the test and then they sending the letters out. Well, yeah, that's not right. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. You know how hard it is to get your car license in the UK? Yes, I totally know that, Alex. I've taken the test. I've actually taken the test, got the license taken away from me. Had to take it 3 times to get the license. Then I had to take it 3 more times to get the license. I remember taking the test in America. It was so simple. Is that your car? Yeah, that's my car. My brother here in Canada has a car that can drive itself. Well, sort of. Makes mistakes often. Is that a joke, Paul? Because that's quite scary. I enjoy the sedative the most from the procedure. Yeah, probably. And I mean, I had it done. I had it done in America once. And I ignore all the NHS letters. Well, it's like my friend Doug says to me, why do you take all these tests if you don't listen to the doctors? I do listen to the doctors, but I don't listen to everything that they say. If they say you need surgery, I'm going to check it out. If you say you're going to take a pill, you're going to check it out. Don't we all? Don't we all? Try not to worry, Lewis. I know it's easier said than done. Thank you, Claire. So I'm taking this test August 6th. August 6th. And August 8th, I'm doing something too, which I forgot what I'm doing. But I'm doing something. I did 6 driving tests. Yes, I did, Joodles. How expensive is that? They don't want you to drive. Those who have are given in this country, or used to be, and now those, and those who don't have are not given. Lewis, if it was serious, they would not be asking you to attend in August. That's only a week away. Is that a week? They'd ask me to come in tomorrow? Russ, come on. Come on, Russ. No, not a joke on the car. The info on the roads is not always up to date. Yeah, it involves a lot of different stuff. Oh, Shanks. Did it make your eyes smart? This is Lorna is speaking to Shanks. MC Scott. I have hernia op in September. Yikes. Well, yikes. You want to do something for your hernia? Low carb. Everything is low carb. Well done, you, Claire. That's great, Claire. What did Claire say that was so good? Shank said, I've had an endoscopy of the urethra. That sounds painful. That doesn't sound fun. My father, who is dead, so I can talk about him, he had prostate disease. And he was in the hospital, and he was basically begging for them to put a urethra, whatever it is, not a urethra, a pipe in his urethra. Because he couldn't pee. It was horrible. The pain was incredible. So imagine being in such pain, you want a tube put in your penis. Claire C., excellent news. That is still clear. What did Claire say that I missed? What did you say that I missed, Claire? I don't know what Claire said. Where? Okay, I'm not. Oh, you know what it is? I'm missing some of the. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't. That didn't come out, Claire, because I have to actually press live chat every single time. So Yeah. So congratulations, Claire. That's like really amazing. That's like really, really amazing. Beautiful, beautiful Claire. You might need a 2-day break with the camera procedure. Yeah. Well, what time is it going to be? Yeah, I might need a break, or I might have to start it later or something. Lewis, when my dad got BC, he was told to come in the next day. Oh, BC bowel cancer. Yeah, yeah. So maybe I have polyps or something, and I don't have yeah. I mean, I'm not worried. I've already had bad news last week, bad news this week, and I'm saying this out in the open because I want
What's your bad news this week?
my bad news this week is I have bowel cancer, but don't you worry about it.
Do you actually?
No, it says I've passed. I've my screening test shows that further tests are needed, and I'm being called in 9 o'clock in the morning
On what?
at the bowel cancer screening at King's College Hospital.
So you have bowel cancer?
No, it says I don't have the. Let me see if I can find the piece of paper. It says I've got about a third, maybe a 7% chance of actually having. Actually, you gave me a thing here, the NHS. It says one of 4 things can happen, producer. I like hearing your stories, Claire C. This is what Russ is saying to her, because your success stories give people hope. Yeah, really. I mean, what's shocking is how often people get cancer. And I mean, I don't really, I'm trying to avoid it, but I'm not doing a very good job. Is that 11 out of 100 people, or 11%, they have no other signs of bowel conditions. They find polyps in half the people, and it's not a problem. So that's 61% no problem. Polyps found in 11 more people, and they should monitor it. So that's 72%. And let's see what else. They find bowel cancer in 10%. And then other bowel conditions such as piles or Crohn's disease or diverticular disease or diverticulosis. So I believe in testing. It's like my friend Doug says, why do you do all this if you don't trust doctors? Because I trust tests. I don't trust the test, but I trust the test more. I want to know what's going on up there. I can't tell what's going on up there. Thank you, Ian Hayes, that I've got good hair. Don't go, Lewis. They will find a needle in a haystack. You know what, Annette? You might be right. You might be right, and it won't be cancer. It'll be something else. Yeah, they'll find something. They got to keep the factories open, and the hospitals are factories. There have been few cases of a woman checking for a certain gene and deciding to have her breast removed, and then the tests were wrong. Yes, insane, crazy. Insane, crazy. Cancer is a big business. Yes. You have diverticulitis, says Lorna. Yeah, you got to stop eating carbs. I believe in the carbs thing. It causes diverticulosis, which then causes diverticulitis. Carbs cause irritations and itises. That means like arthritis, all the psoriasis. It's all irritation. So you want to get rid of it, you stop having carbs. We're not meant to eat carbs. I knew a man at work, says Russ, years ago, when he announced he had C and then he left. And to be honest, I never thought I would see him again. But he beat it and came back and looked healthier than he ever did. You can beat it. You can beat it. But I don't think I know people take cancer medications, but I don't think that actually beats it. I believe in a low-carb diet. When I was a kid, cancer was 1 in 4. Now it's 1 in 2. Terrifying. Exactly. Well, why is it getting so much higher? Because we're eating toxic seeds, which irritate the gut. Let's just say stomach cancer. Irritate the gut. And that's what cancer is. It's irritation. It causes inflammation, causes cancer. D.D. Plectum. Exactly right. I think the use of chemicals in food causes cancer. Better to eat organic. No, because organic food, not organic meat, but organic carbs have all those bad stuff in it. We're not meant to be eating them. They're high in omega-6 oils. They're high in lectins and all that stuff. I have given up carbs. That's really good. When did you give up carbs? Because I'm trying to give up carbs, but I'm at like between 50 and 100 grams, and I shouldn't. I should have 0, positive. So what did Watermelon said? Watermelon. He said, what did you say? Let me just go back a step. They often have false positives, like you got a disease. Yeah, you got a disease. Well, that's what the whole COVID thing was, a bunch of false positives. The whole thing was false. Surviving cancer makes you see the world so differently and makes you grateful for everything. And I guess because you thought you might never see stuff again. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. A lady at the gym who lives in the sauna, she lives in the sauna, told me she beat C twice, opted not to use her medication on the side effects were potentially other C's. Then she went and had the jab. Yeah, because we were told the jab was like totally benign. I was almost going to take the jab, but that was 5 years ago. That was before I became totally red-pilled. It was, totally up on it. Yeah, that's a lady at the gym who lives in the sauna. Antioxidants prevents cancer. No, they don't. You don't need antioxidants. We need to stop eating foods that oxidize things. It's like saying, rust is bad for you. So anything that maybe you spray on rust to make it less rustful is good. No, you just stop eating the stuff that's making you rust. Thank you, Simon. That makes you less rusty. I know people are so the vegans are all into this antioxidants, resveratrol, all this horrible stuff. They are killing themselves. Maybe I'm killing myself. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I a doctor? No, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm sorry. Cancers can be reversed, though. We don't need toxic treatments like chemo or radio exactly for cancer. You can fix it with a rectifying diet. Exactly, Warmelian. That's what I believe. Can we change the subject? Maybe. Why? Why should we change? This is the most interesting subject. Should we change the subject? I mean, because I have a belief. I learned from this guy, Dr. Thomas Seyfried, and what's his name? Warburg. What's the guy's? Otto Warburg. Basically, proselytizing the Otto Warburg German thing, which is sugar, glucose, starches, and white sugar, they promote cancer growth. Joe Jackson's song, Everything Gives You Cancer. Always kind of depressing. Everything doesn't give you cancer. I mean, maybe food, kind of, sort of, any kind of food, because you're eating some other person, other animal, let's say. Years ago, Charles, when he was prince, told people to eat organic. But that's all very well if people can afford it. Something that would not enter the brain. Yeah, Charles is, he's your king. He's your king. He's not on your side. He's not on my side. He's with the globalists. He's with the globalists. Well, and he was right about certain things. I mean, he was right about Camilla. He basically would rather be with an ugly, not that Camilla's ugly, but whatever. Some lectins are being researched as a cancer treatment. Why don't you Google that? Why don't you Google lectins, Lucy, and Parkinson's disease. Lectins and Parkinson's disease, if I remember correctly. I just had a comment removed. Who removed your comment? Kerry? Who removed your comment? Funny, Kerry Mack. I'm going to see a doctor tomorrow with my mom to find out about cancer and what her next step are. Well, they'll tell you chemo and radiography. And I'm against those two things. But, I mean, it might not hurt. It may not hurt. I had 2 comments removed. Who removed the comments? Who?
Automatically.
How?
Because probably it had swear word or something.
Did they have a swear word in it? Maybe. It's not me doing that. I'm not doing that, Russ. I'm not doing it. Our government is a cancer. Yeah. Yeah, we feed it taxes and it just grows and grows and grows. I have had some removed too, says Lorna Hutchinson. Yeah. Everybody has. It's a song by Joe Jackson, kind of a weird theme, but hey, Lewis, do you have a box set of Holby City or Casualty? No, I don't have any box sets. Should I have one of those? Do you need a box set? Can't you get that online? I really, says Claire C., don't like Charles. No, not my king, says Annette. That's not my business. I'm not a treasonous person. I'm invited into the country. We have a royal family. You believe in the royal family, you know, but I don't think he's fighting for you guys. I had enough of the royal family. I used to be a royalist because my mom loved the queen so much, but they got to go now, says Watermelon. Not mine. He doesn't care about us at all. And that says that. So what did you write? I don't like the idea that this stuff's been taken off the air. Yeah. We don't need a king who rejects Christianity and embraces Islam. Yeah. That's what I believe, but I'm a Jew. And I think to myself, well, you know, I know if I was a Christian, I wouldn't be worried about it because I'm only like 15 years away. If I was a Christian, I'd be 15 years away from being killed, you know, so that's far in the distance instead of maybe 5 years or 10. Okay. Who or what removes them? I don't know, Lewis. Does anybody know? I bet Lucy knows, and I bet Joodles knows. Hey, Chris King, says Lorna. YouTube anime, Automod, probably. She doesn't want to go through any of the treatments. How old is she? So we will see what they say. I remember my aunt, my maiden aunt, she had cancer. She had eye cancer, and they were like so shocked in America, in New York. They said she should go to Boston. We were in New York. She should go to Boston. And it was in her 80s. And they said she should go to Boston to have it looked at. Boston's 5-6 hours away on, you know, it's a long way. Fasting. Exactly, Stig. Fasting. You know who says that? Dr. Thomas Seyfried. Right. Fasting. I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to lose weight. I weigh 79.4 kilograms today. So I'm losing weight. But that's very important. That's what I give advice. Fast, do not eat carbs. Starmer told Trump that no one is being censored, so your comments surely were not removed, with a smiley face. Yeah, he's a liar. Starmer, whatever. Come on, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not a citizen of this country. YouTube is more censorious than X. Yes, it is. Because X has Elon Musk, God bless him. YouTube automatically removes comments if they have censored words or phrases that YouTube has down as offensive. Yeah, what are these? Well, we want to make a big deal about this. YouTube stops and removes comments. Every stream has happened to all of us by now, I think. Must be programmed for certain words. Maybe they're editing what I'm saying. Who knows? Lorna loves what Adam said. Taken rather a rum turn. What's taken a rather a rum turn? Same age as she's 68. No, she's not. Is she 68? I'd guess the online safety nonsense has something to do with the comment removal. But God knows how they've implemented it. Yeah, they know. Is tapeworm a censored term? Yeah. Here's the point, Joodles. The producer did an amazing thing. He made a software program to see what political party appears to be against this online censorship thing. Because you would think, oh, it's got to be reform. But actually, it's the Lib Dems and Labor were more signed the petition against the online thing. Lewis, I recommend you put your links in the Twitter, Facebook, Discord account on your YouTube homepage for those looking for socials. I think they're there. Aren't they there? I looked at it today. It seemed like it was there. Probably some info in there that got filtered out. Anyway, do we need to test the words out? You want to test the words out? Why don't you test the words out? We got 42 people, according to this. I like the thing. Starmer lied to the president and the world. How was that even allowed? He's a politician, and he's labor. He thinks he's doing a good job. He thinks that he needs to lie. He's been put there. It's the same way that Canadian guy, Mark Starmer. Spotify's been asking people to verify their age using ID. Music is now being hidden due to the Online Safety Act. Yeah, totally wrong. Totally wrong. I signed the petition. I think it's on 410,000. Is that how many it's on, producer? Yes, she is. She's young. I'm 68 years old. I think it was detected during COVID. Nothing was done until she had a stroke, and they found it again. Oh, my God. Tapeworm. It's not tapeworm. I'm reading tapeworm. Labor just implemented it, though. So they merely, the party of opposition back then, Ray, online safety. So maybe that's what it was. I suggested that to the producer. I said that, it was the Tories that were proposing this thing. And because the Tories proposed this thing, they were against it because that's the way they are. Is fanny a bad word, though it has different meanings in different countries? I don't know. In America, it's not a bad word. They're all doing it, Kinsey. Yeah, you got to do it everything. You got to do it everything. Let's send nudie pictures to each other. Labor will sign the petition publicly whilst pursuing the motion privately, Ludd says. That's very interesting. Very interesting. The petition is good for Online Safety Act, but people didn't make enough noise when it was just a bill. Yeah, well, that's democracy in this country. The government could do what it wants to do unless the people make a stink. That's not like they have their own agenda. Just called you the producer. Who called me the producer? You dropped a like. Yeah, everybody get in there. Leanne has become a member. Thank you very much. Get in there. Get in there. And Dr. Sexy dropped a like. I think that means you like a like. What are you saying? What are you saying? Who are you saying that to? No, don't. No, don't. No, Lewis just called you the producer. Did I? I don't think I did, but all right. Wasn't Fanny a name? Yes, it was. I don't believe in nudie pics, neither do I. They kept the bill quiet, though. Fanny Craddock. Yeah, it was a name. Yeah, Fanny was a big name in America. And now maybe in America they know the British use of it. Nutty pics. What's a nutty pic? What's a nutty pic? No, it's beyond Victorian times. It's communist times. It's communist. They think that only men look at porn. Number one. And number two, they don't want people to have access to free information because they're communists. Fanny Hill, that's another Fanny. Thank you, Lucy. Chris King says Charles is the head of the Church of England. Why is he We're not going to ask any questions. We know why, because he's a communist. King Charles is a communist. He's an Islamist and a communist. He hates this country, and he thinks, or maybe he thinks he loves this country, and he thinks the only way he's going to stay as king is if he becomes the Muslim head. Maybe that's how he thinks. Maybe he's convincing his son to become the Muslim head. That's why Elizabeth never let him have the top job. Completely no idea. She regarded him as an idiot. Says, yes, I think maybe he's right. Maybe he wants to be the king, and that's what he's worried about. I do believe Lewis. Yeah. It's an oppressed, they want to control us. So they don't want free information. They want to know who's looking at stuff. That's the Northern Irish thing. Sweet F.A. I don't know. That's just speaking to Kerry. Kerry. They are sneaky, says Adam Hudson. I watched a news show called UK Column, so I was only aware of it that way. Yes, the BBC. Second worst thing about this country. Sorry, Jojo was typing. Hope you've had a good day. Fanny Adams is another one. I do remember, yeah. Sweet Fanny Adams, says Carrie Macker. Don't know where it comes from. So, yeah, it's a different language in this country. Do you prefer Norm or has made Cliff? I never really watched the program that much. But one is the drunk and one is no, he's not a drunk. Fanny is short term for Francis. Did you know that, Columba? Did you know that? Fanny Adams from 1959 to 1867. She was young. She died. No. She was an 8-year-old English girl who was murdered by a solicitor's clerk. There you go. Interesting. Did we all see the verdict from the Manchester airport trial? No, I didn't see that either. It is laugh out loud. Least I know where it comes from. Okay. I saw the skid. I saw a skid the other day. What does skid mean? Called Fanny. Her dad was calling her. Me and my daughter couldn't believe it. Comma space. Put the space in, Kerry. It was so embarrassing. What does skid mean? I saw a skid the other day. I don't know what that means. UK column is excellent for news. It's also redacted from the US. What does that mean, redacted? What does that mean, redacted? Redacted means cut out. Is it cut out? I need assistance in a taxi to go up F Hill, says Simon Arnold. Kid. Okay, I saw kid the other day. Which kid? I saw a kid the other day called Fanny. Okay. You got to let's reread everything so I can reread this thing. He's bored with King. He wants to be an Ayatollah. Yeah, well, maybe he sees the country falling apart. And he thinks the only way I can save it is if I become the Ayatollah of the country. And he's doing that slowly. Redacted is a news channel from the U.S. Okay, let me write it down. Redacted. Redacted TV channel. Okay. One of them has been convicted. The other hasn't been. CPS may retry the second fellow. Well, that's good news. It's good news. I mean, what the hell are they doing in the country? He's bored, yes. Did you know, this is what Chris King says, did you know that American Fanny is only half an inch from the English Fanny? No, it doesn't mean that. Fanny is like the shape. You got a great fanny. It's the bottom, yeah. It's the bottom. I was on jury once, says Ian Higgs. Did you know that? Ian Higgs was jury duty. It was mental. Never bring back capital punishment. Yeah. But you can kick him out of the country. Clayton Morris and his wife is redacted. I've never heard of this thing. I mean, I have heard of it, but I haven't heard enough to have an opinion on it. Spitting image predicted predicted Islamist. Yeah, maybe. I watch Redacted sometimes. It is very good. Thank you, Claire C. I'll have to go check it out now. I'm not because of Claire, but because it's been mentioned. Has anyone heard of a fudge cake? It sounds a bit gross, but all right. Yeah, it would be very scary thinking of death penalty under this government. Yes, it would be. It would be, because they think you should die if you don't get a COVID vaccine. That's what they're thinking. Who knows what else they're thinking? That's what Warmelian says. Judel says assault of an emergency worker is its own separate offense now. So how have they got away with it? They're Muslims, right? They're Islamists. Our Fanny is definitely the best, though. Yeah. I mean, I guess marginally, yeah. Okay, enough. We're not talking about this thing. Otherwise, we're going to be banned. Anyway, when I grew up in the 80s, you were educated so much through corn magazines, even though I generally thought all women had staples across their stomach. Why did you think that? Because they were so skinny? And that's where you're going with this thing. And I'm all good. Thanks, Chris. That's what Joe says. Lorna says, it's in my B-row baking book. I don't understand. Possibly, Claire. I'm afraid even to say that. I hope that's not true. Do you think it's true, producer, that Nigel Farage is a globalist in Patriots clothing?
Nigel Farage was a free trade globalist. He was Thatcherite.
Yeah. He was a Thatcherite.
And Thatcher is a globalist.
Right, so he probably still believes that.
No, he's changed his opinions on all that sort of thing.
The producer says he's changed his opinion.
He's a lot less free trade than he used to be.
He's a lot less free. Is he more pro-England?
he's pro-tariffs and stuff in some cases, and domestic support and nationalization
You see, he supports nationalization.
for some things.
That's bad. What do you mean, Lewis? Come on, Russ. What do you mean? B-row is a type of flower. Okay, I did not know that. I'm a guy. I wouldn't even know that even if I was born. Do you know what B-row is? Producer, B-row.
I don't know. I'm busy.
My second job in a warehouse distributors of all those top shelf publications. Yeah. I mean, we'd be better off not to look at that stuff. Not to look at that stuff. Don't you agree? We should be better off not looking at it. And pick a person here and fall in love with them. Let's do that. Thatcher still had more balls than all of them. Yes, she did. She didn't have enough strength to let some women into her cabinet, but she did have some strength. I'll never forget, says Dr. Sexy, finding my father's copy of Amateur Photographer in the bathroom, age 7, and seeing my first, I Choose You. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Yeah, Dr. Sexy. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that common. I remember it wasn't like it is today where you can go online. But the cat is out of the bag, I don't think. Cheese String is in the house. Hey, Cheese String! I was just watching Corn the other day and came across Bonnie Blue, who, after watching, made me lose my motivation to watch. Did they show all those guys? But those guys were wearing masks and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I've heard that Bonnie Blue is a trans woman. That's what I heard. Have you heard that, Cheese String? And if you look at her really closely, she looks like a very good-looking guy. Thatcher wasn't called the Iron Lady for nothing. She was strong. She was strong. Kerry says a bunch of tramps. What is that about? Kerry, exactly. Imagine Thatcher putting up with all this. No, because she wasn't a globalist. I hope, Margaret Thatcher. Anyway, what a squelchy mess. Okay, I'm going to take, so let me just read the thing and just try to take a little break. Maybe I should measure my blood pressure. DR meant the first time he saw President Bush. Who is DR? Dr. Sexy? So many people have been talking about Maggie lately and how she'd have dealt with things. Yeah, well, we need somebody strong. Caroline is in the house. Lewis, where have all the good comedians gone? Well, at least half of them or more are woke, so you can't be good if you're going to be political. What are you saying? What are you saying, Claire C? Reagan. I'm going to go get my blood pressure. Can I measure my blood pressure? Do we have a blood pressure measuring thing? Caroline, you are with one now. Thank you very much. Yeah. I mean, really, is this comedy? I don't know whether this is comedy. This is just me talking. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Maybe I should try to be funny. Okay. So everybody's talking about Margaret Thatcher. When I was a kid, everyone in Merseyside hated Thatcher. And I mean everyone. It was in the law. I think I would actually like her now. Yeah, that's why you can't judge people. It's like Trump. I didn't like Trump, and now I like Trump. I mean, I'm a bit embarrassed about that. But I mean, he's changed too. Okay, I'm going to go get my thing. Caroline, where are you from again? I'm going to have to take my shirt off. I've got an undershirt on. Very true. Water, electricity, trains, and transportations are all failing us. So what's to say a privatized NHS would be any different? I mean, it would be worse? Okay. All right. Okay. Remember, guys, there are lots of girls here, lots of ladies, and they're not quite as porny as we are, but they become very porny. Cornwall. There you go. Let's support the Cornish people. Let's support the Cornish people. Let's remember what happened to the Cornish people when the Algerian Muslims, the Barbary Coast pirates, stole a million Europeans, maybe a million English people, stole them, kidnapped them, like the Gazans, like the Palestinians. Most women like sex, though it is a must in they like sex or they don't like sex, cheese string. My mom says everyone's a bunch of snowflakes. Can't take any sort of joke or criticism. Yeah. Lucy says internal error. What did Lucy say? We don't know what Lucy's talking about. She doesn't want to communicate, Lucy. Sorry. I hate that the majority of comedians are woke, says Kerry Mack. Nobody can make any sort of joke. I miss the good old days of comedy. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Carrie says she loves President Trump. Yeah. I do too. I'm sorry. So much of it is privatized already, Chris. The public just isn't aware. Yeah, but it's still free, basically. Tom O'Connor, the best comedian ever to take to the airwaves. I don't know who that is. Caroline's from Cornwall. Like or dislike Trump, he is on our news every day, so is making some kind of impact. Yeah. He's telling the British people. And J.D. Vance is going to be holidaying in the country. So I don't know what the plan is. 45 people here. Jethro is a great comedian and a singer, says Lorna. Yeah. What do you mean by cheese string? They don't like sex or they like sex? Most women like sex, just like men. Yeah, they like sex. Yeah, they like sex. They need sex. They need sex. They want to feel appreciated and attractive. And men need to know that a woman will let them do that. That advert of Russ Abbott fishing using a speaker playing Des O'Connor, the fish leaping out of the river into his net. I don't remember that. And that was, I guess, before my time, Ian. Laugh out loud, Lewis. I was with a group of elder ladies earlier on, and they were filthy. One walked into a wheelbarrow and said, "Oh, that was a bit nice." I don't understand what that means. Lucy says, Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips are trotted out every time grooming gangs are in the news. Think about why that is. Saying that men aren't bad, that the grooming gang people are not bad. It's the women are bad too. Yeah, possibly. But the thing is, here's the difference. The difference is that Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips were not enjoying themselves. I don't think. The NHS isn't free though. I pay thousands of pounds a year for it. Yeah, we pay taxes, but a lot of people don't pay any taxes, so it is free for them. Jethro was a brilliant comedian, Lorna, and sadly missed. I think he's still alive. Is he still alive? Lucy says, hi, Russ. Well, what women don't like is when the men leaves after sex. Yeah, because we know deep down how important it is that we're supposed to stay. And we just think, oh my God, do I have to stay? Dave Allen didn't care. He took the pee out of everyone. Well, I don't know if that's true. Why wouldn't they jump into the net when the sound of Dee's voice was loud or out of the water? This is Dr. Sexy. Okay, I'm not going to respond to any of this. Oh, he died 3 years ago, just before my husband. I'm going to measure my blood pressure. If it's below 180, I will be happy.
If it's over 200, you're stopping.
If it's over 200, I'm stopping. That's actually too low.
What is it?
I'm not going to say. I'll take it again.
What does it say?
I'm not going to say it's too low. It's an abnormal reading. U.S. comedy seems to be much healthier state than the UK. Yeah, because we're not going to be kicked out of a festival. You know, we'll put Gillette out of business almost. We'll put Budweiser and Bush out of business. It's better in America. I assume it is. Okay, we're good. We're 165 over 103. That's really good. That's that good, Columbus. For me, that's good.
Yeah, very good.
That's very, very good for me. I mean, it's not great, but it. I'm just gonna take a picture of it. I'll put the picture up. I'm gonna measure it again. Are you all measuring your blood pressure? You're being pedantic, Dr. Sexy, says Lucy. What is you saying? The only problem with US comedy? No. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, comedy is Dr. Sexy. Even I'm not that desperate, and I watch porn sometimes when bored, says Alex. Comedy Unleashed is great, though. Yeah, it's a very tough place to make people laugh. It's easier in America. People go to a comedy club to laugh in America. Here they go to heckle. They go to show this guy's not quite as funny as the guy we used to like. Kerry, get one. Oh my God, it's also even lower here, 142 over 100 over 101. Well, this is because I'm taking the blood pressure pills. 142 over 101. So that's good at 54 beats a minute. So I'm doing really well. The reason, this is Russ says, the reason people laugh more in the USA is because people get drunk faster on weak beer. Well, that's an oxymoron. Of course, they don't get drunker faster on weak beer. You know, maybe because they're like guzzling it. I don't think so. They want to laugh. And if they don't laugh, they get angry. They want to laugh. Warmillion. People aren't downloading the VPNs predominantly for pornography. It's because everything is being censored. You can't even get news on X anymore. The labor want to ban VPNs too. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a dictatorship. They're communists. They're communists. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even be talking like this. Wow, this is so low. 138 over 103. Oh, the 8th I'm going to see my GP. That's what it is. I love to go to a comedy show, and I love to see it live, knowing my luck, I'd end up being heckled. Well, why would you be heckled? How could you be heckled at a comedy club? Only the audience can heckle. Lewis Myers 139 over 79, 80 beats a minute. Will I live? Well, multiply 80 by 139. That's over 10,000. Whereas mine, this is 139 over. Say, Lewis, say, Daddy, thank you for doing this. Or maybe I should thank you, Columbus. How many porn stars are there? There aren't that many anymore. There used to be lots of porn stars. I remember when it was 200, those were crazy times. Who are you talking to, Alex? Laughing makes you feel good, says Dee Plectum. Lewis, so if you multiply 139 by 80 beats per minute, and if you're under 10,000, this is what I believe. This is what I believe. So basically, that's a little bit over 10,000. We'll do Watanabe. 1 times 80 is 11,300. So that's not great, Watanabe. And what did you say? Who did you say? So Susan said 139 times 80. 139 times 80. Yeah, that's 11,000. 11,000. So, Lewis, you and the blood pressure and Louis Phillips and Bonnie Blue do the DP. Do the DP. Lewis, what can you put a comment? I don't understand what that means. I think they want mine down to 130 over 70. At what heart rate? That's the most important thing. Simon Arnold. If you are at 80 or 90 beats a minute, that's still too high. What I mean is the comedian pick the random person in the audience and take the piss out of each other. No, out of you. You're not going to take the piss out of him. Is out. No. Lewis said, thank you. No, Kerry. For people who don't know what DP means, it means double penetration. We got to be careful here. Let's be loving, everybody. Let's be loving. Al Murray, love the guy. Absolutely rinsed an ex of mine for ages once. Yeah, nice. Jim Johnson's from Texas is here. That's really nice. 120 over 80 used to be the target, but now the experts with Team World want it lower. Yeah, moving the goalposts. Of course they do. They want to sell blood pressure medication to every single person. So you're saying every single person? They're basically saying that blood pressure pills, hypertension medication, can increase your life. Lucy says to Russ, what did Russ say that was gross? Oh, I see. Lewis, you with BP and Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue. Well, I only have one. Yes, but it is gross, Lucy. I'm with you. Lucy, I never invented it. That's what Russ says to Lucy. Let's see what Lucy has to say about that. He took it well, to be fair, Kerry. I was dying of cringe and roaring at the same time. Yeah. Well, that's how you make women happy at a comedy club. You get them to trash the husband. Jim Jameson is here. Yeah, he's here. He's from Texas. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Laugh out loud, Joodles. I would have been in fits laughing. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Thank you. No, he's from Texas. He's from North Texas, like Dallas-y area up there. The weirder the porn, the less sexy I think it is. Yeah, could be. Can we not talk about this? Or you want to talk about this thing? We got the number of viewers are going up, so maybe that's what we should talk about. I mean, I'm against it. I don't think it should be banned, but I'm against it. We need to find love. Women need love. They need love. Comedian Adam Ray is a great crowd work. And so funny when he's with Jeremiah Watkins. I never heard of this guy. Thank you, Shanks. Russ, Alex O, and Lewis. What did you think of the female U.S. comedian who ran out of material and freaked out on an audience member? That happens all the time with men and women. I don't know who that was. I didn't see that. It's happened to me too, you freak out. I was at a comedy club one night, says Kinsey, and my sister walked in late, the comedian asking her, "Where is your broomstick?" I couldn't breathe for laughing. That's not nice. He's basically saying she's not pretty. She's not pretty. I mean, I call girl. I don't, and I, fat. You could say maybe you can't call someone fat. Joodles, here's Joodles. Good to see you. She's in Turkey, but she comes here to visit, so that's really good of her. Thank you very much, Joodles. I was at a comedy club one night, and my sister walked in late. The comedian asked, "Oh no, I missed it. Joodles." That was Kinsey who said that. I couldn't breathe for because she didn't say anything bad about you. Can you imagine if she had said that about you? But it's your sister, so you don't care. Jesus, can we go back to cancer, baby? Yeah, we should go back to cancer. What did we decide about the cancer? I once went to a comedy night without my wife on our wedding anniversary, and was berated. Berated, yeah. Is that true? You should be berated. Women take that stuff seriously. Lucy's laughing at Chris. I have no contribution to make on this subject as I'm joining a convent. That's funny. Okay, get in there, Joodles. Come on, get in there. It's porn. It's corn. It damages women and men. That's what the industry does. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. You see those Arabs, they're like, in Afghanistan, they're like inviting boys to come in and do dances for them because they're so lonely. Natalie Cuomo, everyone later, please YouTube. Natalie, what does that mean? Natalie Cuomo. Can you rewrite that, Russ? Russ is going to be penalized. Natalie Cuomo went more. Can you reread what you're writing? Please reread everything. Did anyone see Adam Ray as Tony Hinchcliffe on Kill Tony recently? It was so funny. I didn't see that. Yes, Joodles, we can have more cheerful topics like cancer, other terminal illnesses, and the end of the world. Yeah, Mickey Flanagan called me an 11 on the See You Next Tuesday meter. I deserved it. We were very drunk. Keith, don't be proud of that. Mickey Flanagan is great, personally. Is great. And famine, plague, and death. Yeah, let's talk about those things, Joe. Russ, Natalie Cuomo. You're missing a comedian. No punctuation. Natalie Cuomo, comma, the comedian went nuts, period. Please type her on YouTube, period. You got to work on the punctuation. Ian Haig says, Jimmy Carr says he wants to be loved like Morecambe and Wise, but we don't love him. He might be loved because he's getting more lovable. He's getting more lovable. He wasn't lovable in the beginning. He was not quite lovable, but he is now. People love Mickey Flanagan. Great hair. Used to play football with him. Good guy. I'm not saying he liked me. I'm saying I liked him. Mickey F is great. It was a long time ago. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're forgiven, Keith Bexley. You're forgiven. Can we all make sure we subscribe and like? Can we go to Patreon? How about that? And can we go to YouTube and go to join? There's £2, £2.50. You can become a supporter of the show. Speaking of plagues, I have the three world promoted invasion brought the disease that were formerly eradicated happened in the USA. No, there's no such thing as those diseases. There's no such thing as those diseases. The diseases are caused by bad eating and by poor health. That's why. There's like a lie is like polio is returning. Or what's the other thing? Or polio was even cured. Okay, speaking of the plague, so Jim Johnson, that's not true. They're not coming. They want us to believe that they're bringing disease with them. That's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. Mickey Flanagan's real old school comedy. Well, in this country, I would say. Maybe not. I mean, he was fresh at the time. 25 years ago. That's the key to his success. No, he was just really funny and really personable and a good guy. That's what it was. In order to be a comedian, you've got to be liked by people. I'm faking it. I'm trying to get people to like me. You have to, unless you don't want to be likable. Like even someone like Ricky Gervais, who's not likable, but people like him. They do like him. So even though you'd say, well, he's not likable, but people do like him. No, Jim Johnson, no. Yeah, maybe. They're not of this country. So if somebody comes in and they're not of this country, of course they're going to be badly behaved. They're not Americans or English. You know, that's what it is. So Leanne has become a member. And let me just see. Let me just get back here. 45 watching, 951 people subscribing. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like Ricky Gervais. So do I. Ricky Gervais is liked because he says what a lot of people think, like Lewis, laugh out loud. Yeah, he's stronger than I am. He knows what he's saying and he knows how to get out of it. And he gives like two fingers. He's great. He's really great. I didn't like him in the beginning when I first moved to this country. I didn't like that show that he was in, The Office, but I do now. We all know the earth is flat, says Vatanai. Okay, so if the aliens come from underneath, we won't see them until it's too late. Interesting. I'll become a member when I have been to my bank on Wednesday, I promise. If you have to check your bank to become a member, you don't need to become a member, but I do appreciate it a lot, Lorna. Rosalie Muir is here. Ricky Gervais does a lot for animals. That's why I like him. Well, he doesn't eat the animals. I eat the animals. And hunters love animals. And this is more, the more hunting, the more animals are growing in the woods. Okay. I love Mickey's stories about being a lifter. He proposed to give up. What does that mean in that? Can we put the punctuation mark? Can we put the spelling properly? Kinsey, you're number one on your birthday. Yes, true. Happy birthday, Kinsey. I'd have to change my phone number at the bank. Oh, okay. All right. But I do appreciate it. Other side of the ice wall on flat Earth. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe in a flat in the Earth is flat. I don't believe that. But show me the proof. I'm not going to reject it automatically. Remember Bob Barker? Yeah, he was an American. He did a lot for animals, not much for women that worked for him. You don't know. You don't know what these people did. He was old school, and women wanted to be flirted with. Look at me. Look at how I flirt with you people. Look at what I'm doing. You're going to say, oh, he's a horrible guy. Yeah, you might do that. Happy birthday, beautiful lady, Kinsey, says Leanne. It's your birthday, Kinsey. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. He brought 2 items of food and stole the sauce. Annette. Who did that? Is that Bob Barker? I'll sort out my membership when I visit the bank on Sunday. There you go. Okay. I mean, really. It is all appreciated. I mean, it's really appreciated. It's really appreciated. I know I shouldn't be like begging for money, but okay. How does water stay on a spinning Earth? Well, and also we've been out in space. So how do you explain being out in space? I remember seeing guys from the Flat Earth Society on a TV show about 20 or more years ago. And it was like, they don't belong on this show. It was so un-British. for them to be on the TV show. Keith Bexley says happy birthday, so that's great. After telling his manager he'd give up stealing things. I don't know what that is all about. Anyway, so happy birthday, Kinsey, says Russ. Gravity, maybe, but who knows? You know what? Who knows? And gravity isn't the answer to everything. It is not the answer to everything. You know, how are we doing over there? What are we doing? My second Patreon is about to hit your account. Oh, Jesus. Well, thank you, Simon. I am grateful. It's very, thank you very much, Simon. Okay, Paul, we don't say goodbye. We're going to end the show at 8 o'clock. Okay? Happy birthday, Kinsey. There you go. Tell Newton that laugh out loud. Who is that to? About gravity? My sister-in-law kidded my brother that she thought the world was flat. It was hilarious to watch his head almost explode. Yeah. People can't, yeah. But what do people believe in? They believe in so many things that are as much of a lie as that. Like the germ theory, I believe. Like all this theory about disease and whatever. I don't believe in a flat earth much, says Vatanai. But it's weird that the rest of the world stop people going to the South Pole. Yeah, well, why is that? Because they want control of the South Pole. My cousin thinks we didn't land on the moon, but arguments are easily explained. Yeah. How many people landed on the moon? Jim, how many? Oh, my God. Thank you very much, Chris King. That is really nice. This is the most embarrassing part of the whole thing. Neither do I, Jim Johnson. I don't believe anything since COVID. You know what? What you said, Kerry, could come out of Lewis Schaffer's mouth. I don't believe anything since COVID. Anything that they say, I do not believe. If somebody says the earth is flat, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to check it out. If somebody says if somebody in a position of authority says the earth is not flat, I'll go, you know what? I'm going to check it out. So there you go. I'm with Kerry on this. What have you missed? I don't know what you've missed. How long have you been gone for? How are we supposed to know? Because there is no South Pole. It is all just fake. The truth is, we're looking out and we see other planets, the shape of the Earth. Not one of them is flat. So why would you say other places are flat? You know, why would you say that? Chris King has become a member. Thank you. Oh, my God. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not that important. I'm not going to. Oh. Everyone lies. That maybe could be my t-shirt. Question authority. Question even people who aren't in authority. Question everybody. Like my friend Doug, he says to me, you know, we're telling you the answer and you're not believing it. You've just been to the hospital and they've told you what you need to do. You know, maybe they believe it. They're not even lying. A lot of the NHS people are not lying. They just believe it. Who knows what the truth is, Joe? Exactly. That's what Kerry says. Question everything. Maybe that should be the motto of this show. Question everything. Great tie, says Leanne. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. I question everything. I think we've had a good show tonight. What did we talk about that was interesting? What did we talk about that was interesting? Comedy, but before that, what was the other thing? Question everything, believe nothing, verify all. Verify it. Make sure you know, and not the way, you know, these green stars are YouTube joiners. Yeah. Yeah. Question everything. I'm that kind of girl. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Cancer and porn. Yeah, we discussed cancer and porn. Cancer, porn, online, safety. The last 5 years have been a revelation. There has been so much deception, lies, and bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Kinsey, thank you for joining, Kinsey. Good. Lucy says, who is she? Who does she say this to? She doesn't actually say she's talking to anybody. And what it's referenced to. What is a good way to become a complete schizo? What, not believing what people say, Lucy? You know, I was not vaccinated because I did not believe them. So I'm glad about that. Cheese String says, in the movie, again, no punctuation in there. Lewis, it won't let me join. Why won't it let you join? Is this on YouTube? You are, YOUR, providing a service as well, Lewis. So if being a member keeps it going, it's well worth every penny. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, I hope I'm providing a service, and I hope, I appreciate, I don't like, everything is good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kerry, it's being hostile. AI is against you, laugh out loud. Yeah. So what Lucy said, she said, it's a good way to become a schizo. What, is believing everything is a lie? Maybe they're mean. That's what Lorna says. They could be mean. What do you think of cousins making babies together? I think it's really wrong. Well, look at all those people, Pakistanis. They're all cousins. It's not all an Islam thing, but it could be an Islam thing. Kerry, that's one of the good traits. I never lie. I always say, if you don't want to know the truth, don't ask me. Yeah, that's brilliant, Chris King. Kerry, are you on Discord? I can DM you a video to help you do it. Yes, Kinsey's beautiful. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Kinsey. Go to Discord. I can find where to join, Kerry. There's normally a box on YouTube channels. Yeah, it's right near. You got the picture of Lewis, and then it'll say join. I think I've been shown this exactly. Lewis keeps us all sane, worth every penny, and you're keeping me sane. Frightful, but I know some cousins who did. Yeah. It's not safe. It's not safe. The chat is behaving oddly. Perhaps we are being watched. Yeah, that's this country. Yeah, that's how bad things have gotten. I think to myself, yeah, I'm interested in inbreeding. Like, how do you get to that conclusion? Well, you keep the money in the family. That's why people are against inbreeding is it makes the money spread out. Pressure's on, Lewis. Yeah, the pressure's on. All the people here. Yeah, you're paid customers now, some of you. Royals are cousins. Yeah, and look at how ugly they are. And because they want to keep the money in the family. Talking about liars, well, that's spelled wrong, but good. This guy told me he was a millionaire and talked to his twin brother and said, you only know half the story. Is that a joke? Talk about liars. There was a guy, not this guy, but there was a guy who told me he was a millionaire and talked to his own brother and said, you only know half the story. I don't understand that. I think we are being watched. I think so too. I'm beginning to think that. I mean, I think no one's listening to me, but they may be listening. You know, they could just say, we're fed up with you, Lewis. You have to leave the country, or we're putting you in jail, or something. You know. Will you activate Super Chat, Lewis? I think when I hit 1,000 followers, right? Kinsey's become a member. Thank you, Kinsey. I know a family, and their family tree had only one branch. Yeah. Very apt. I mustn't become paranoid. Black Sabbath, yeah. I mean, but maybe we are being watched. I mean, they are watching this. They are watching us. What do you think this online safety thing is? I don't think Trump should have been that nice to Keir Starmer and say, please don't. I hope you're not going to, watch what I'm doing on Truth Social. It's terrifying, Kinsey. Have you had a nice day? It's her birthday, right? It's Kinsey's birthday. Yeah. I think we are all being listened to. There's more cameras in this country than any country on earth, I've heard. Is that true? Why is Trump being nice to Starmer? It pissed me off. Well, because this is how Trump does business. He starts off really nice. You see, everybody, it's an honor to meet you. It's an honor to work with you. It's an honor, an honor, an honor. And then later on, he does something that maybe, does something. And then people think, I was Trump's friend, and this is what he did to me. I think we have surpassed Super Chat already. Well, how does it work? Can somebody see if it can work? Does the Super Chat work, producer? Producer.
What?
Does the Super Chat work?
Well, I don't know if you have it enabled.
Let me see if I have. How do I have it enabled? Let me see.
Or maybe if you enable it, then only people with premium or whatever can type in it.
I'm not sure about that. Let me see if I. Analytics, edit video. Where would this be? Where would this be? It says analytics or edit video. Is it another site than this? It says analytics or. I'm just checking this right now. Hold on a sec. Customization, could that be it? Who can send messages? Subscribers, members, live reactions, live chat replay. I don't understand what this means. Message delay. How long do you want participants to wait between sending messages? I think, how long should I wait? How long? You can send any message you want to. Redirects. I don't see where this is. Clips, settings. I've got to learn everything about this thing, and I'm not. I don't have it. I don't know where it comes from. I'll have to check this out. What is it called? Super Chats? Okay. Super Chats. Hold on one second, everybody. I'm getting a message that I have to look at. Okay. All right. So there we go. We're doing really, really well. Got a couple of minutes left. Anybody else want to say anything they have to say? Anyone else get internal error message when trying to post? Why would you? I don't know. I don't understand what it's trying to do. I told you, I don't believe anything. No. Alex, maybe Alex is. Who is Alex? I do, Lucy. I've had a few times, not just tonight. Internal. Why would you get an internal error message? Lucy, me 3 times so far. Joodles. I've had it too, Lucy, and I'm not even in the UK nor Europe. You mean you've had it like today? And the internal message has been a thing this whole stream. Why would it be? I don't see that at all here. Thank you, Simon Arnold. No idea. Google it. Have we all had internal error? Lewis, are you wondering if you have to be a member? Are you wondering if you have to be a member before you get the number 1? No, I hadn't thought about that. Well, you don't, because I've seen someone get it before being a member. Yeah, no, I don't think so yet.
The number 1 is 2 and 3 is just like who is chatting the most in the chat that stream.
The producer says it's who is chatting the most in that stream. I think so too. I think that's right. The producer says. So it's not even yesterday or a month ago. It's today. So if you go on there and you type a lot of stuff, I've had several the last few weeks. I don't think he knows. What producer? What do you know about this internal error thing? Do you know anything yet? He doesn't know. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to Google it. Yeah. It's good. He's helpful. He's good. He's a good boy. He's a really good boy. He's not as good as he was like a couple of years ago. It was amazing. He was amazing. But the other one has really kicked it up a notch. Do you know where the other one is?
He's in Brighton.
He's in Brighton. Lewis is the follow-up jeans ad where Lewis is in the follow-up jeans ad where he calls Sydney Sweeney fat. She might not be fat, but she looks a bit fat. She doesn't look as great as people. Some people love her. They love Sydney Sweeney. I love girls who have boys' names. Yeah, is she fat? I don't know. The woke brigade are going crazy over Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, because she's beautiful. She's beautiful. I mean, and she's not that fat. Joe, I think I've internal error a few times, but not today. We got to be thin, ladies and men. We've got to be thin. We've got to be thin. I'm trying to be thin. I'm at 79.4 or 5 kilograms today. Okay? It's important that we be thin because when we're thin, we're making, no. She is not remotely fat, Lewis. Thank you for including me in this, so I know that it's for me. I appreciate that, Lucy. No, I think she's pretty. I don't find her, she's not like, oh my God. But then again, I mean, yeah. Well, what do you consider? A lot of people don't think people are fat. Life is easier when we are thin. It's so much healthier. You are so much healthier as I've got colon cancer and brain damage. But yes, it's easier when you're thin. You can, Yeah, so Alex says she's a 10. I don't think she's, she's beautiful. Yeah. I don't know, is she a 10? Who is a 10? You know who I thought was a 10? Who did I think? Natalie Portman, I thought was a 10. But then she had lots of makeup on, so you don't know. She got rosy cheeks. These are some people. Who's the other one that I thought was? The woman who was in that, what's her name? The video, who's got divorced. What's her name? You got an internal error. I took the pill and I'm fine, says Chris King. She's not like that. She's not like Elvis, is she? Well, Elvis is a 10. I find Anna Firth, she's attractive for me. She's, you know, I mean, you got to be careful with what you say. I mean, I'm not ageist anymore. That something's happened to me. I don't look at a girl and go, oh, you know, but she's beautiful. And something, the smile. I like a girl with a nice smile. You know, you girls have good smiles, so you're a step ahead, apparently. So it's not as important. Anyway, apparently the internal error can occur when servers are overloaded. This would be a YouTube problem, I think. Well, because this feed is just so busy. We are just so busy. Anna Firth is marriage material for Lewis. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, what about the rest of you, the ladies? Kerry, what about Kinsey? What about, you know, what about Joe? What about Claire and Lucy? What about Joodles? What about, can I have more than one wife? Lewis, please do not manifest these conditions. What do you mean? What are these conditions? What do you mean by that? Helen B. What about Helen B? You're the one, says Chris King. Yeah, I think you guys are married. Anna Firth is married, isn't she? So am I. Yeah. Doesn't mean a man can't. I got divorced. Yeah, I got divorced. I didn't love enough. That's why I'm constantly trying to get people to love. If you've got a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend that you're not sleeping with, but you know, I say go for it. If you've got a husband that you've lost the love for and you haven't had sex, go for it. This is what I believe. Some women in that movie, Lucy, you know the one. Let's see. I did get divorced. I got divorced. Basically, I mean, I know we weren't married, Rose and I, but, you know, just convert to Islam, Lewis. Then you can have 4 wives. Yeah, I mean, I'm a dreamer. I can't have 2 women. I'm sorry. I'd like to. I'd like to have 2 women. I'm going to try to have 2 women. What movie are you talking about, Joodles? What movie are you talking about? Where are you in that pie? See, by the way, in the PLC. Where are you in that PLC, by the way? Yes, me, Lewis. What are you saying, Kerry? Yeah. Single. All men are terrible. No, don't joke. It's true. Men are terrible. We're terrible. That's why you've got to, like, basically hold us down and say, if you leave us, we're going to kill you. We're going to kill you. Find me Turkish woman, Joodles. But what about Joodles for you, Alex? How old are you again? I forget how. Just got home. Thank you, Mark J. Just got home. And what's his name? Just stepped in there. You, Jarrett. Good to see you. She's from Turkey. Yeah, Turkey. Yeah, no, Lewis. I'm asking which woman you were talking about who got divorced. You said she was a 10. Oh, what's her name? And I forget the song. The long dark hair. She's half English. She grew up in the guy was singing and then he became like a pervert or something, and they hated on him. I'm gonna look in. I'm gonna go look. I forget the guy's name. It's called Parallel Lines, not Parallel Lines. Parallel Lines. Not that song. It's about lines. Song. I forget what the song is. Oh, you know what? I've lost my brain. I'll think about who it is. Half a haram is 2. You said she was a 10. She was a 10 for me. Beyonce wrote a song, All the Single Ladies. It's the guy who sang that song about 20 years ago, and he had the woman who was dancing behind him. And then he was basically kicked out because he was such a perv. Do you know who I'm talking about? White Lines, not White Lines. It's another song with lines. I know who you mean. She was like so skinny you could see like basically she had cleavage in her stomach. Blurred lines. It could be blurred lines. That could be it. Yeah, there you go. Blurred lines. Yeah, Robin Thicke. Blurred lines. Robin Thicke. Girl. Emily Ratajkowski. Yes. Yes. Emily Ratajkowski. Yes, you know who I'm talking about. Ann Whitcomb. I like her. I like her. You know what? I like her. I do. I think I like her. I think I like her. Yes, Emily. Yes, exactly, Lucy. Emily Ratajkowski. Yeah. Sorry, you're running low on battery. You need a battery pack with you, or you need a cord to connect one phone to another. That's like a battery pack, so you can borrow somebody else. Lewis was calling you. I know I didn't call Alex that. I know who this. Wids is a 10. Yeah, she's a bright girl. I like smart women. I like smart women who give me a hard time, even though I shouldn't. I should be scared of them. You're the youngest then. You're the youngest. Who's a tennis player? But I'm Emily Ratajkowski. And then there's the other one, Natalie Portman. And then when I was younger, I mean, I actually saw Brooke Shields once, and she was so beautiful. And I also liked Kirstie Alley. Do you remember her? Remember how old I am? I'm old school. She was really beautiful, you know. But, you know, I'm not, Ann Robinson would be perfect for you. Yeah, she would. Yeah, maybe she would. I don't know. You were scared of smoke. I am. I'm really scared. I'm scared of you, Joodles. Totally scared of you. I'm scared of a lot of the women on this thing. Lucy, I'm scared of. I'm scared of Kirstie. I'm scared of women. Kirstie Alley was great. Cheers, yeah. Shelley Long didn't do anything for me. There was the other girl on with the three women, Charlie's Angels, which was the one on one of them I was like in love with. Cher 50 years ago. I was not in love with Cher 50 years ago, but I could see the beauty. She did a lot to make herself beautiful. She flew across the country because she had a pimple. That's the kind of girl that I like. But what's the woman? Charlie's Angels. Charlie's Angels. What's her name? Yeah. Cheryl Ladd. Oh my God, I was so in love with Cheryl Ladd. And I like Jacqueline Smith too. I mean, this is my age, whatever. This is my age. Let me just see. Who are you speaking to, Lucy? Brooke Shields was nude in Playboy when she was like 10 years old. Yeah, I saw her. She was a lot older than Ted. I saw her. She was in her 20s maybe, and I was in my 20s. She was like 28 years old. She was like, oh my God. Ursula Andress. Oh my God, she was beautiful too. But you know what? You know what I've learned? I've learned that every Rhea Perlman for Lewis. Shags, very funny. Is that 1 hour? Okay, I've got to go. I got to go end at 2:00. Susan Sarandon? No, she wasn't on my list. The last who played Daisy, Catherine Bach. I didn't. I liked her, but I don't even remember her. But here's the point. The point is, ladies, the most important thing to be beautiful in this world today is to be thin. That's all it takes. Not that isn't what all it takes, but to be thin. And then the things you can do. You're so lucky. There isn't much that Lewis Schaffer could do to be better looking, except to be thin. I can be a bit more muscly, but even then. But women can do lots of things. And the other thing you can do is if you can't be beautiful, but you can be, is you can be lovely. You can be lovely. Look at the lovely, lovely people. I'll perv on Joe. I'll perv on you, cheese string. Sydney Sweet has great genes. Yeah, that's the advertising campaign. Linda Carter, she didn't do much for me. I mean, I didn't dislike her. Whitney Houston also was very beautiful. But she was a bit scary too because she was so strong. So strong. Anyway, Lewis, what about Michelle Lee from Knots Landing? I never watched that show, so I never really even spent a second thinking about her. So, not all the shows. Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn. No, I thought she was funny, though. She was really funny. Maybe I would have liked it. Jane Fonda. She was also pretty, but I saw her. She spoke to a group that I was at Great Neck, in Great Neck, promoting socialism, trying to get her husband elected. She was like so in love. She was trying to get her husband, to be able to go for president. And he was I don't know if he was a bit of a loser, but I mean, they're communists, and I'm against communism. They're communisms who hold on to all their money. They will not die broke. Thin implies smaller than normal. I would say normal weight for your height and body shape. Yes, you're probably right. Slender. Single life is hard. Yes, Daisy Duke. She's beautiful, but I wasn't interested. Single life is hard. Okay, that's our show. I want to thank everybody. So far, you and I have different tastes in women. Yes. And even now, I don't like those. Now I'm totally different. I'm totally, totally, totally different. And I'm more understanding than I've ever been. Farrah Fawcett. I did not like Farrah Fawcett Major. There's something about her I didn't like. I didn't like her. Didn't like her. And you know what? If you're not nice, Jo-Lo is great looking, fantastic singer, and not a bad actress. Don't you just hate those people who have everything? She works at it. I was in a movie with her. She was 355, I think it was called, maybe. All right. So Kerry Macker really enjoyed the show. Bye then, Vantanai. Belinda Carlisle. She's someone who got normal weight and looked great. So this was a great 50th show, Lewis. So thank you very much, Shank. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for friending me. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for liking. Thank you for going to Patreon. We'll see you tomorrow, I hope. I like Cyndi Lauper, too. But she reminded me of a girl next door. Girl next door. I liked Madonna. I actually thought Madonna was really hot. But then again, that was one of the first. I'm not going to say. Jane Fonda she's a communist. She's beyond an activist. She's a communist. Great show, Simon Arnold. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Warmelian. Thank you, Lucy. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Judels and Russ and Mark J. And thank you so much, you, Jared, for coming in. Thank you, Vantanai. Thank you, Chris King. Thank you, everybody. You've been amazing. All right, I'm gonna put it on end of stream. Okay, so you're not going to be able to hear my voice or see me. We can take this up tomorrow. We can always talk about that, and then we could talk about which men are really great looking. We could talk about that. I'll pretend to be gay for a little bit. That's always my favorite. Thank you, Mark J. Everybody go for it. I'm going to turn this off in about 3 minutes. So write something quickly and go to Discord. Can you all get into Discord? Go to the Kinsey Club. Thank you very much.